Namaskaram Sadhguru. This is an unprecedented situation and everyone is clueless at this moment. Not only in the country but across the globe. Do you think end of the world is near?
Right now, there is an imminent disaster. If we do not handle this situation right, we are heading for a major disaster where millions of lives could just get wiped out. One thing is, right now, for example, corona, see, it was living in the animals pretty well without killing any of them. Now it jumped onto the human being and it's still doing the same thing what it was doing in some other animal. But we are not able to withstand and we are collapsing. Well, that also has been clearly established now. Most human beings whose immune systems are good, they are recovering. But those who have a weaker immune system are unfortunately becoming victims. Well, many scientists are talking about it, but they clearly explain that most of the viruses and bacteria which enter us, they were at one time could have been very harmful, but they understand if they live like that, they will destroy their own habitat. So they will mutate into something milder over a period of time and then learn to live with us. This is the nature of life, that one inside the other, so many life forms, trillions of life forms are all living enmeshed into each other. We have learned to live with them, they have learned to live with us. So this is not some new rocket science, it's always been there, at least in the last 100 years it's been there. At a time like this, when there is an imminent disaster waiting ahead of us, for the nation, for the world, how serious is it that entire United States Army is out there to prevent their people from coming on the street? Indian police is out there on the streets, aggressively enforcing it. That's because they realize how serious a matter it is. Well, it's very unfortunate. There is a segment of population which doesn't care what happens to people around them, which doesn't care what happens to the nation, it doesn't care what happens to the rest of the humanity. All they have is their own vitriol spilling poison all the time. Well, I hope at least the virus will cure them of this poison. This is a time everybody stands up and does something, whatever little positive things we can do in our lives. Because this is not ordinary time. As a generation of people, we have never faced this kind of a situation. Let people understand this. It can pass off without too much disaster if we behave responsibly and do the necessary positive action. So we are just saying behave responsibly, this will pass, but you want to say end is near. No, end is not near. As a generation of people, either we will have the satisfaction, we rode this crisis well, or we will have the shame of putting our heads down that we did irresponsible things and which cost many precious lives. It is my wish and my blessing that we should be able to hold our heads high after 12 months' time. Let's make that happen.